All right. A bit of a late start. I apologize. Beast. Debating if I want to do a regular map, maybe. We'll do guests only. Hey, Fun Time Fred Boy, welcome to the stream. Normal. Social requirements, we're going to go with off, I think. Again. This is going to be a roadside attraction park based off of the roadside attraction scene in season 1 of Chaos Theory with the Stiggy Molochs. We're going to breed animals to trade on the market for other animals, is the concept. Alright, to start with, we're going to do scientists off, expeditions off, marketplace on, research off. And then we get the place built, and then we turn the stuff back on. Let's do quick task time. Yeah, Stiggy's going to be our starting animal. We're going to start with 3 Stiggies, just like in Chaos Theory Season 1. That's the idea. Okay. Yeah, the lack of custom challenge mode is disappointing. I agree. We'll do default. Normal. We'll do Montana. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I'm gonna get the map set up and I'll upload the starting scenario to the workshop. What's my favorite fossil Pokemon? I'm a big Cradily enjoyer, weirdly enough. Probably not the fossil Pokemon most people would pick as their favorite. But I mean, I like most of them. Like, a lot of the fossil Pokemon are really high on my list of Pokemon I like the most, so... Opinion on Stenonychosaurus. I guess I have none? I don't even know its current status. Debating where I want to build the park. I think it makes the most sense to build, like, over near the flat spot to start with, but it's a little boring. The gully is kind of fun. That comes through the middle of the Badlands map. Campaign is here. We could build, like, here? Maybe? Or down here? This could conceptually be, like, the way to get in, I suppose. I think I'm going to do it here. Okay, so I already found some stuff to use. Tyrant's good. I just haven't had as much opportunity to use the Gen 6 fossils as well, so... It's hard for anything in the later games to, like, be my favorite. Do you like Granados? Yeah, I really like Aerodactyl as well. Tyrant and Tyrantrum are both great. Yeah, the plane makes the most sense for the road. Then we can eventually build like an herbivore exhibit over in this direction, maybe. All right, so what do we got here? Road and tunnel arrival area. Okay. Interesting. Well, I guess if I'm using this, then it doesn't have to be in the open spot. So this might actually make more sense, like, over here. Aesthetically. That's kind of a good spot, like, right in the corner. I can't tell where the path connections want to go exactly. Looks like they want to go inward there. Kind of like this, maybe. Because it kind of blends into the back here. Yeah, this is pretty rough. This is not the best. I guess they're like arid or something. Probably. No. Desert. Now, I wonder how much, theoretically, this lets me move this off the map edge. About that much. Which is interesting. Okay, so we can do something interesting here. Just go to the rock tab, it's easier. Yeah, that makes sense. Rocks. Oh yeah, that is better. So maybe the trick is to just do a bunch of these. And then just put them into a position that works well. Hey, Mutasaurus, welcome to the stream. Filled in the tunnel? Oh, did I? Yeah, we did. Fair. I mean, like, it's hard to see in the tunnel, but... We'll have to use some of the smaller ones to clean that up more. I got one little rock up here accidentally. There, it lives there now. So we're going to base this kind of off of Season 1 Chaos Theory with the Roadside Attraction Park there. And then we're essentially breeding dinosaurs to trade on the marketplace, conceptually. So we're going to start with just a few sticky Molochs, and then we'll have to like breed them to get the first animals to sell off on the marketplace to trade for new animals. That's going to be the rule. Like, we have to get rid of an animal for every animal we bring in. Have I played the Aftermath collection? I'm pretty sure that's on this channel, if I'm not mistaken. On the YouTube channel, that is, Funtime Fred Boy. So yes, I have played it. Not in VR, unfortunately, which is what I would have wanted to do. But I didn't have a... What was it, on Meta, I think? I didn't have a Meta headset. Okay, so there is still rock in here. That is probably that rock. At some point, I think the tunnel is good enough. Like, at this point, actually, I'm not even sure if it's my fault that it's blocked anymore. I think that's fine. Yeah, Aftermath was alright. I feel like I would have liked it a lot more if I played it in VR than I did playing it flat. Alright, let's see. So, this part obviously needs to be filled in a bit. This isn't great. This isn't great. So maybe if we'd use some mid-sized desert rocks, we can do something here? Yeah. Oh, this is exactly the rock used here. Yeah, I mean, I can already see there's rock in the back there, so I don't really need to see the rest of the inside of the tunnel. You're gonna head out, Fun Night Red Boy? Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you later. Yeah, I wonder if we can go inside. We'll check that in a second. Move it to the diagonal. You don't have to individually use the axis. Use the middle ground, aka the red-blue square. The red-blue square. Oh, no, that's that. Oh, I see... Okay. It's very small to click on, but I see what you mean. You can go inside. Seem to be a few floating lamps in there, interestingly enough. Park based around Lost World and not the Jurassic Park one. Could be a thing. But yeah, like this rock here came with a decoration for sure. This might be the map edge rock, possibly. Or at least some of this. I don't know. I think I'm fine with this current state of the tunnel, though. Bish! Yeah, the rocks are definitely like the rest of this is pretty well constructed. The rocks definitely like let it down a bit, so it's too bad they didn't take a little more time to play with it. Okay. So I think this looks fine from out here, like the top part now. It's just got to like fix this up. And maybe put something in the back. If I feel like this needs to look a little bit better. Seems fine. Needs to add more fish to the game. We've got two. Two is plenty. Okay. Yeah, we got tuna as well. Not too bad. Maybe a little bit more, something like that. Actually, that's pretty good where it is. Right, I think that's our entrance. I think that looks fine. Alright, so we have... What all do we have? So we have a building here. That's a restroom. That's a small amenity. That's an arrival point. I'm trying to figure out what all of these various paths are. This is all arrival point? I don't know why there's like 4 path connections here. Is that just like a thing with some of the arrival point options? These ones even want to go this way, which is weird. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. That's the frontier arrival point. Okay. I mean, it looks good. It's just that the path connections are kind of crazy. Now, I don't know how I feel about this. I might scrap this. I think I will. Oh, these are already... Ah, so these are these are the connection points for the buildings. I understand now. I thought these were part of this, but it's just there's invisible path here. Some of the player-made stuff looks really good. Some of it doesn't. There we go. Now it makes more sense. This is just like a shed. This is like nothing. I guess I'll bulk demolish, because I can always undo if I click the wrong thing. What is... This is like the environment? Like the plants it's demolishing, I guess? Oops. This thing was like kind of crooked in here too, which is real rough. Yeah, it's not the greatest road. Is this whole thing... This is all crooked. The whole thing is tilted. I don't love that. Not at all. What else did I download here? We might keep the tunnel and delete all of the rest of this. It's pretty rough. I wish I could sort by, like, date added. That would be really nice, because this has already gotten stupid. I already have... I've done, like, 3 parks in this game, and I have a stupid amount of blueprints already. Shit's nuts. We got a roadside motel. Let's just do road. Road and tunnel arrival. That's what we just did. Roadside zoo entrance setup. Okay, that is just a stretch of road and a tunnel. That's kind of a better looking road, I would say. So what do I try to fix what is here? I don't hate the rest of this. The rest of this is all right. This was you said this was like the frontier one or something? Oh, this is still like separated. So if I click this, I click move. Yeah, this doesn't even move with the rest of it. Okay, so we could just move this relative to it. Bring that road back. Hey, Jeff, we're building a roadside attraction park. So the person who built this blueprint maybe just merged some other shit from the shop together. Because I'm starting to feel like this is none of their own work. So maybe we just do that. And now at least it's straight. And then we have this road. Now, if I were to say do the other road, maybe I can just plop it in here somewhere. In line with that one. I'm out on the other end, I think. Okay. But maybe I do this, and then maybe I do... Shit, how do I select all again? I don't remember. Have the road go from one border of the map to the other, find a corner so that works. Yeah, maybe. I was thinking of deleting the road section, replacing it with this road, and then keeping this arrival point, because I think this is fine. I guess we can do... Yeah, let's just do this. This doesn't let me bring it up, though. Oh, but it does like that? Yeah, it's not, the elevation systems don't exactly help things here. So that's still, how does that still register as being outside the buildable area? Oh, because this is here. I didn't even see this part. Why did that part come with? How do I get this up? Why does this not allow me to move this vertically? Trying to improve on a ship foundation, I suppose, but, like, not sure what else to do about it. Because it's a foundation tile. So once I placed it, it is like locked to a certain height, essentially. That's kind of a... Feels weird to me to do it that way, but what do I know? Okay, I could do this. Sorta. Now, I could just kill the original bit we had there. Oh, shit. Why did that kill the other part? Why does that highlight the far end? I guess those are the same grouping? How do I I guess I just do it like this. It did it again. God damn it. It's this thing specifically. Okay. This is all individual pieces. I don't want these rocks, though. Fuck. I guess I'll just kill all of this, honestly. Bobby Nublar? We're Bobby Nublar. No! Why is there two? I like the bigger tunnel, but... we can keep the small one. I could just try... That's fine. Maybe I just stick with what we got, fill in around it with rocks, and just go with it. Fuck. Okay, that path section's gone, I guess? Looked like there was a path section, but I guess it was residual from that. So I'm thinking we align the road essentially there. Right, like that. The terrain is, yeah, can be a little problematic at times. Theoretically, this will all get easier the more we do it, but, we ain't there yet. Okay, well, I think that kind of works as an entrance. So now we just got to fill in some stuff in here. How are cars supposed to turn around? You know, they just back in here, then they turn and go the other direction. It's fine. The dead-end roads look like this. A Y-turn is also a thing. You can turn around in a road without having, like, a proper turnaround. This is plenty of space to turn around. I'm actually completely... This is fine. I'm completely okay with it. Oops. Too ADHD to handle this shit. Yeah, this is not exactly my jam for sure. Is that this rock that's sticking through the corner there? It is. Okay. Okay, not too bad. We're getting there. Hey, Cryo, is the Rebirth DLC true? Yes, it is. It is confirmed from a investor meeting call that it's a paid DLC that will come at some point. We know essentially nothing about it, which is why I didn't report on it. In hindsight, I should have reported on it, because even though we know nothing about it, people will want to know, but I didn't do it, and so I'm not going to go back and do it retroactively. How does that look? Or do I want the tunnel to be, like, the end of the tunnel maybe to stick out slightly? Actually, maybe that's pretty good. I think I want to just plug that little hole there and I'm pretty good. This is the kind of stuff that appears in your nightmares. Yeah, this is why I use a lot of pre-built stuff too. This started as like somebody else's thing, and it just like the nitpicking began of like, this isn't good enough. It can be better. It can be better. No, Cryo, absolutely focus on your studies over being on the stream, 100%. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I'm gonna buy the DLCs always at this point. Like, there's no debate, but even if I was being frugal, I would be really hard pressed to not buy Rebirth for the Rex design. I really do like the Rex. Yeah, I expect the Rex to be a skin. I think people who are thinking it's going to be a variant are gonna be let down. Like, we don't have a Rex variant for the Feathered Rex, which is more substantial in terms of the differences than the Rebirth Rex. You're going to go, when's the next stream? Next stream for GWE3 is theoretically next Saturday. As far as other streams that are planned, I'm going to be doing Pokemon on Twitch on Monday, probably. Group games on Wednesday. And we should be getting back to the game dev streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it really depends how I feel. I just really haven't been very focused recently. There's a lot of stuff that should be variants, in my opinion. I think the Kets and the Spino I see being variants. Definitely the Spino will be a variant, 100%. The Kets they could technically skip and do as just a skin with a remodel, but I don't think they'll do that. Okay, now, we got a lake here. Do I just want to leave this lake aesthetically, like, right here by the road? It's kind of decent, style-wise. I need to... This is all space I need to use for the park, though. So we need to trim it down, for sure. But maybe like that? That can stay? I hate that there's just like a ring of wetland around it. That's very weird. Okay. Yeah, the Mosa is another one that could be technically just a like a skin with a unique model. Yeah, but if we skip a Neurognathus and Aqualops, we have like no new species from the DLC. And people will like absolutely pitch a fit over it. Throw the rebirth Kets in the smallest pen possible. That's one way to punish it. It's not its fault that it's ugly. Alright, so we got a few other things here. Let's look at them. We got a motel hotel. That's pretty good. Dinky Ranger post, which I like. It's appropriate, very small. Thinking we're going to put this guy in like right next to the building. Put a nice sign in. It's a little too small to go on the road, so maybe it just goes on the side. Roadside barbecue. Literally like a little tiny thing. This is just a scenery item though, so this doesn't function. But I do like this aesthetically. That's you. This would be another good piece of decoration for the area. All right, what else? Yeah, we might combine some of these things. We'll see. Yeah, the Raptors, I could really see the Raptors, the Rebirth Raptors being left out of the DLC. Nevada Old Town Toy Store. This is okay. You know what? Let's start just plopping stuff down and we can move it over. So let's just get that in here. So I don't lose track of it. That is a big steakhouse. That's a little too big, I think, for like... I want this to be kind of a small, dinky starting structure. I think this is a little too much. I like conceptually that it's a Stiggy steakhouse. It's very funny. But, I could see the Dilo getting in as the skin. It's not quite the Dominion one, because the frill is redone. But, yeah, we need something to cap off the road, absolutely. We'll get around to it. Dusty and Rusty Control Center. Oh, this is the one we had for before. This could work in this park too. This was from Wetlands, but this kind of fits. I mean, maybe it's a little too big. It's a little too much. Primordial Swamp Cafe. That's what we had, I think, in the last park build. Simple Motel. Yeah, that's a little dinkier than the bigger, more fancier one. I think I like this for a hotel. The copy is a weird one. Like, it really feels like it's supposed to be a poison dart frog. What Minecraft mod are you playing, Jeff? Do you play in the same one I'm playing? Jurassic Saga or something else? That's the motel. Or there's this one. This one's a little more of like a proper shitbox motel. This one's got almost like a little bit more of a higher class vibe because it looks a little more like rustic. I don't know, those doors are pretty run down actually. You know, I think I like that one. I think we'll stick with the one we have out. Malta Dinosaur Market. Way too much. Waterworks plant was what we had on the swamp one. Old Canadian hatchery. I think this was the hatchery I thought about, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to keep a hatchery in the park. So we're not going to actually bother using this. Lost where I was. This is... Oh, because it scrolled all the way back. There. Start at the bottom. Swampy Steve's Dino Park Arrival. Is that the one we had in the Swamp Park Wetland Arrival? Maybe. Okay, yeah, it's that one. Carnival Food Vendor, yes. This is what I knew I had actual food in. This is perfect. So this goes in somewhere. Yeah, I can't see that people being super jazzed about the Rebirth DLC if it's just like animals from Rebirth. It has to kind of be a campaign DLC that they do a little something above and beyond the movie with it. Like I don't know, it's just a weird, awkward roster for this game to add. It just doesn't really work well. What is the staff center? It's not bad. I don't know if it fits the vibe completely. It's a little too. It doesn't look like enough of a shitbox, you know. Okay, let's find ourselves some attractions here too. Um, actually, let's do it this way. This is better. We do. Do I? There, he does talk about petting the Stiggies in the episode. Like people can interact with them. So we should have a dinosaur encounter. You know what? Let's just look at all of them, I guess. 26 pages. Sort by maybe rating. Maybe just a petting zoo and a gallery. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Was like one gallery and one petting zoo. Dorks, grub, and bugs. Okay, that's a lot. Alpine. Southwestern? This might work. Same with this one. This one looks a little too ambitious. We want something small, limited. We'll install this one and take a look at it. Yeah, that's way too much. This is maybe better. Because this is like a whole ass... Oops, this one's like a whole ass building, which doesn't really fit the dinky roadside vibe as much. Oh, you're doing Jurassic Craft, Jeff. Okay. Like the old, like, free one or the paid newer updates? I played a fair bit of Jurassic Craft back in the day. This is very similar. Shot is censored? Maybe? It's very funny. Yeah, I mean, the idea is kind of that we start with this, like, the rundown, shitty roadside attraction, and then we build up into, like, a better park, right? So we want to start with some dinky, shitty stuff, but we don't have to stick with the aesthetic forever. Wonder if we'll find your barn. Is your barn a petting zoo? Do we want to find your barn, or is it too nice? Because we do want some dumpy stuff. Dino daycare. That's something. Oh, there it is. there's your barn. You know, the barn doesn't isn't bad for the vibe. But it being a cohesive building maybe clashes because it really was kind of a bunch of little outposts, a bunch of shacks. That's why the carnival thing works so nicely. The barn could be something we use later, like when we actually yeah, exactly. It's too neat for a rundown zoo, but when we like start to add more animals, we could consider using it later. That might be a decent option. Cave petting zoo. Okay, I think we're probably going to go with one of the ones we found already at this point. Gentle Giant Stadium. Ooh, I like the tires. That's perfect. That's pretty shit. We might have to look for some tires to just chuck in it. Okay, let's do... Oh, was this... This was the second one I picked. Yeah, this one looks maybe small enough that it fits the vibe I'm thinking. Cave builds are the laziest in the workshop. All I do is put rocks on a building. Yeah. Yeah, they're not great. Distortus like has to have its own rig. It technically will be the showpiece, like the centerpiece of the DLC. Like it or not, right? Let's do a little bit of flattening here. Let's actually flatten kind of more than we maybe want to do until we get the attractions in here. Could also do some path. Something like that. This is a little unpleasant to look at. Oops. Um, why do I not have an advanced move option here? Yeah, I really hate that little graphical hiccup there. You just don't get one when it's an entrance. There. Guess we just try and do it ourselves. So that's where the path was. No, it's maybe a little bit too much of a gap. Well, I didn't want to do that. All right, let's just scrap out the path here in general. Okay, I think that's about as close as it's going to get without it being weird. Okay. A little too much. I can leave that open. We can find something else to put in there, maybe. Or I just slide it back. Still too close. There. That'll work. That's good enough. Okay. And then the attraction. Are all the rundown builds on the workshop so lazy? They're like a popular thing, right? A little dirt is better than Z fighting, yeah, maybe. Call you crazy, but is a Chaos Theory DLC really happening? I think it's possible we see the animals like we saw the last Camp Cretaceous animals, where they're just kind of filtered into DLCs, right? Where they don't have a dedicated one, they just show up here and there. I think we used this one. So if I want this like right here at the very entrance, I need to move it back a little bit more, maybe. Maybe not. Let's do this. I think I want it kind of just like right here, maybe. Like literally right at the entrance. Yeah, if Suko and Mahjong just had their variants pop into unrelated DLC, that would be strange, but it could happen, like. I suppose that's the big argument against it, right? The fact that it would be strange to do it that way. Drive around the road, see concrete and further road, and keep driving into the pedestrian area. Yep. It's not made for safety. I don't really want it to go through the rock, per se. Thinking about the viewing gallery situation, maybe we do something like this. Terrain too steep. Fight me. Will I ever do a park with a Scorpius Rex? Probably eventually, but not in a rush. Put down those concrete poles to stop cars from going to the guest area. Yeah, we're gonna put something in there for sure. I just want to get, before we do any like real decorative stuff, I kind of want all the buildings in to like decorate around, so we don't put stuff in our own way. Way too much space for them. Give them a small box to live in. Yeah, it's probably too big, but we'll cut it down a little bit. Actually, maybe we... We probably do want the viewing gallery, just for, like, from an angle of playability. I was going to say maybe we skip the viewing gallery, but we probably don't want to skip it altogether. So we put a viewing gallery here that reaches all the way over to there. That's not bad. Stiggy's pretty needy, really needy space-wise. Yeah, we'll probably, like, readjust this, right? Petting Zoo acts like a viewing gallery, but only for a small radius. It doesn't even show it, which is awkward. It's like just the interior part that works as a viewing gallery. I don't think it does keep all the animals viewed. It didn't seem like it was working like that in the last park build. Eventually we'd want more herbivores living with them, probably, yeah. I mean, we could just do it with just the petting zoo. We could skip the viewing gallery. And you have an enclosure with 20 animals in it and they're all green? Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll try it out. We'll let the Stiggies get out and get in view a little bit before we like finalize the starting point of the park build, right? So let's leave it like this for now. And then I'm gonna cut it down. So we'll see if they can fit in this part, and then we'll open up the back if this is too small. I could put the, I kind of like the idea of having the gate directly, like, facing that way, maybe. Nah. Yeah, it's the same way the tour trucks work, with where when they're visible, they retain visibility for a while afterwards. Yeah, that's true. We'll put some like cheapo decorations in there, maybe. All right, motel. Oh, I guess the motel also will provide visibility. Yeah, maybe the motel just goes like this. Oh no! What's the thing to hit them all? Oh, does that just work? Nope. That's only moving the outer facade. Oh god. The gate's probably going to go around the back then, I think, behind the motel. Um, I don't know how to get this thing properly. Yeah, but don't you have to multi-select all the individual pieces? None of them are linked for whatever reason. Let's put that in later. Because, like, the signage and stuff is not linked. Ah, like that'll work, right? Ah, I got the rock. Multi-select is above the first person view. You know what? That is a hot tip. I did not consider using that directly. Good. Yes. Primordial glizzy dogs. Indeed. Yeah, this one is a cohesive thing. So this one's a little bit bigger, so I might want this one in here. So we got a small shopping, we got a small food. Can we get like a unique small drinks maybe? Because right now we got two very distinctive vibes. Will a raptor be in this build? We don't know what's going to be in this build. It's going to be a mystery. The only animal guaranteed is going to be Stiggy, and everything else is going to be whatever we find randomly on the marketplace and trade for. I have no plans. We'll just see what we get and use it, basically. Small 4-in-1 amenity. Engine collection bar. That could work. I think that works. That's not bad. Will you go broke from a bad bet? Perhaps. That's going to be one of the questions because the ideally 3 Stiggies and a set of amenities and like all the infrastructure in place would be profitable, but if it's not, it's going to be a little awkward. So we might need to amend the starting scenario. Because I would like it to be where you could load into this park with the 3 Stiggies and like start to make a little bit of money. Well, you got to deal with breeding them before you like, you know, go into the marketplace and start looking for things. I'd like it to be basically playable out of the box without you having to do anything else. So far I like the bar. I think the bar is not bad. The Walmart, the Pokemart. The Walmart's hilarious. I'm gonna want a drop-off point. Oh yeah, for the animals to come in, true. Shake Shack? This is just the kind of the amenity from the Return to Jurassic Park DLC, sort of. This like Mr. DNA shake is cursed though. Like 4 arms sticking out of it. The strip mall is kind of a vibe. Doesn't work with our other things though. Starbucks. I think I might try out the bar. A shitpost park at some point with that Walmart. Yeah, I think eventually, I think that would be a great idea. We do like the super cursed park, which is the dumbest shit we can find online that makes no sense together. I think that would be great. Okay, theoretically, this could be our starting setup then. But then, like, you have to pay for your own, like, medical team and maintenance, maybe. Oh, yeah, we need a bathroom and probably a shelter, too. We also should maybe think about leaving more space to expand here. Because right now, everything's kind of locked in. Let's move this, actually, out of here. Let's put this just out of the way for now, somewhere over here. Maybe we continue this little two-path plaza thing down here further somewhere. Then there's like, you can build off in this direction or this direction. I suppose you could always choose to rebuild it yourself too, playing on the map. You being like whoever is building, theoretically. Yeah, we'll need a backup generator as well. Let's do that first. I would like something that looks like a bunch of like gas generators or something, maybe. That would be compact utilitarian. Looks a little too nice. Brick walled Jenny. That's pretty good. That's exactly it. Right behind the hotel. I mean, that mostly just looks like a power station, but... I don't know. Maybe, but maybe we can find something better. You get the gate. We'll get there. We'll get there. SCP Expedition Center. Why is this giving me... Oh, because it has power within it, right? The Mars Park. Elon Musk's personal petting zoo. Yeah. Engine camp backup generator? Ooh. Is this literally just like a little generator? Oh god, it's got trees. But we can kill the trees. Oh, is it inside the rock? That could work. How is this made? Okay, yes, it is inside the rock. So I suppose no matter what, you're kind of stuck with that. I kind of still like this idea, I think. Just without the trees. Oops. What is this little guy doing? Get out of there, little guy. The random rock of power. And then we can kind of just leave it wherever. I'm just gonna kill the fuel tank too. I like that it's just the little gas generator. This runs the entire park. How far can we sink the rock into the ground? Yeah, let's see. Not very much lower than that before it starts to peak out. That's as far down as it goes. Okay. So that powers everything. We'll start this at full. I think I'm just going to leave the little plants around it. I don't know. They kind of bug me. They don't look like they belong there. Let's kill them. At least these ones with the flowers look too out of place. I'll leave the other ones there. Alright. Good enough. Alright. Bathroom. Now, ideally, we'll find a porta potty. Oh yeah, we need the marketplace. Yeah. No porta potty. Okay, that's pretty shit. It's a tent. Okay, too many of these are like all-in-ones. Like, where are the actual... Here's just a bathroom. That almost works. The gas station does not include Ian Malcolm to throw through a window. Fair. Wait, get you to say what? None of these are like remotely what I'm looking for. Yeah, you have to have the egg to hatch into the chicken. You would have an animal that's not a chicken lay an egg that is a chicken. Oh, it's censored it. Like, did YouTube auto-censor something? Is that what you're saying? Or was it one of the descriptions? Old Desert Incident. Sorry, this is a bathroom? Is this actually... Am I on the correct thing? Did this just, like, start on random stuff? I think it did not correctly filter. Why was that a thing. Restroom. Flower or the pollinator? Now that's actually a much more complicated one to answer for sure. Gas and toilet. Remove the console build mimic. It's very funny. Just that as the thumbnail is funny. Yeah, I guess this must actually be a bathroom, which is crazy. Yeah, so far the gas station's winning, I think. It'd be nice if there was one that was just a bunch of porta potties. That's not bad either. That's pretty good. All right, we're going to grab this, and we're going to grab the gas station. Now, the only problem with the gas station is it has to be by the road. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. And with the pumps being right in front where the path is, there's like... A guy just say kill it? Oh. I should try to figure out if there's any way to, like, adjust the YouTube chat censoring. I guess I could grab the pumps and, like, move them to the side. Because then we could put it, like this, with the pumps on the side by the road. I think conceptually, it doesn't, like, it matches aesthetically, but to make it feel like it's a real gas station... in connection with the road feels too complicated. Like, we just use this bathroom.
Gentlemen, our restroom is now open to use for whenever nature calls.
Okay, I guess it's connected up even though it doesn't show the path, which is weird. Ah, because it defaulted to an invisible, maybe? Strange. Stiggy's be able to run around in the gas station. Could be good. Alright, now we need a shelter. Rival airport. Infirmary. That's a little much. Security office? Jurassic Park builder? Eh. No, I agree 100% on the egg coming first. Makes sense evolutionary, like in terms of evolution. Because you would have well, I think it makes sense because you would have the embryo would mutate into a chicken first, right? You would have an animal that's technically not a chicken birth an embryo that is technically a chicken, which would be in the egg. Yep, we're still workshop shopping. But we're getting closer. We've only got a few more buildings left to put in. Safari Lodge is cool. JP Survival Concept. Is this actually from... Is this from, like, current Jurassic Park Survival or one of the older games that's also sharing that name, I wonder? Fallout Vault-Tec Emergency Shelter? Vault 101? That's pretty sick. Yeah, and just get something completely random in there. The Walmart is a shelter. Of course it is. A church. Random church. Tatooine. I'm guessing somebody must have like a whole Tatooine building set because I've seen a few. Montana. It's too good. It's too fancy. It needs to be shittier. We need something shittier. Too shitty. Gotta go back. Din Compact Shelter? That might be okay. That's like basic enough that it could work. Tent is an amazing shelter. Yeah. Damn. Not many options here. Why is it Schutzraum? Alpiner Schutzraum. I guess it's shelter in like German or something. Don't want to look through literally the entire workshop, so I might just go with that little one. We'll give this a couple more pages, counting this one. This page looks like a dud anyway. Hide bunker. Bunker hide in a rock. You don't say. It sure do. Wow. Western style sheriff. Hold on. We might have something here. No. Not quite. Bunker with birdcage? Why? Place dino first, then move building on top. Well, that just seems rude. One more page. Tatooine does fit the vibe a little bit. It's not the worst. Bus station arrival point. That's a different one than the one we had, right? Yeah. Very jungle, though. That could work, too. That's actually probably a little more appropriate than the Din one. The Din one's probably a little too clean. I think I just used this. Why is that constraining the building? I think we'll just put it like here. We'll leave a spot there maybe for the path to go past it. Let's get the market. Camp Marketplace Facility. Not the worst. That's very busy. Open air auction house. That's too much. The camp does kind of make sense with like the cages and stuff with being the marketplace. This building gets to be a little more grand than the others. It could, yeah. Hmm. Another Tatooine one. Are so many of them like skyscrapers and shit? It's weird. Ooh, just kind of a bunch of crates. Bottom right of page 1. This one? It's not bad. Yeah, there's not as many to choose from in general. Where's the actual building at on this? Like, what part of this? That path appears to be there. Where's the building actually at? Because I feel like the marketplace had a bigger footprint, but if it's all custom designed stuff, then I guess it maybe doesn't. Because I've never really used it much. Natural marketplace? It's just hidden inside the rock again? I think we should have it be an actual thing. Schmitty's JP Marketplace. I think I'm good, Schmitty. The company building? Livestock auction house. Interesting. The pens. This might work. Let's install that, but let's keep looking. Buy a dino. That do be what it do. I kind of like the cattle auction vibe. I think that's pretty good. Every twin tower building you see, yeah. When does the Quetzalcoatlus hit the building? Ah. Quetzalcoatlus has hit the second tower. Oh no. Dinosaur drop off in one of the enclosures. Yeah. Yeah, we could have like a specific delivery enclosure they always come to, and then we move them to their actual enclosures after that. I kind of like it conceptually. Let's take a look at it. Oh god, calm down. It's a little crooked. It's a little weird with that pen in the back, but I could delete the back pen. Oh, is that why it's two towers and stuff? Because the marketplace has two entrances? Is the marketplace always double? I think we will use this. I think I like it. We could put it in like here. Maybe. Okay, I got all these cars under the ground there. Yeah, because all this back here is kind of weird. This is so hard to see. I guess it doesn't help that I put it all under the ground. Let's do this. I can see what I'm doing here. Does multi-select work? Because, oh, with this open, it does work. Okay. Cool. Okay, and that's all still intact. Okay, that looks good. Don't think I like this random tent as much either. Yeah, I think that works. Oops, where am I? Where's my park? There it is. Doesn't quite fit. Well, maybe about there. Damn, it's close. Ooh, I think we can get it. Nice. Okay. Cool. This kind of works with this, like, cliff edge being here anyway. That works. That's pretty cool, I think. I'm happy with that. I do. Put a little rock on there. Cover it up a little bit. Yeah. Solid. Solid. Now, can I sneak this building down so that it fits in between the spot? Oh, that's fantastic. Use the rock brush. Does it work better? It was always kind of weird. I'll try that in a second. Like the boulder one, or are you talking about a different one specifically? Wait, dick shape. Am I blind? Is there a specifically one that's boulder? There's boulder wastes. Oh, it still sucks. Okay. Yeah. And that's still, like, doesn't only do the slope, which would, like, it'd be nice if it only would do the slopes. That's what I would like to see. It's a brush that just adds the rock to the slope and doesn't actually affect the flatland. Because I don't want the rocks in the pen here per se. But that's not bad. That's pretty good. One an herbivore drop a point, another carnivore. I was also considering a holding pen for the animals that get shipped out. So that might be part of it. So let's do... Yeah, so enough space for delivery zone. We couldn't just put a delivery zone in each spot. We might as well. There's no reason not to. Do I put them... Maybe I put them like up this way. So they're both forward facing. Because they extend to different distances otherwise. Obstructed. Well, why you gotta be like that? Okay. It is a little fiddly sometimes moving things specifically rather than placing a new one, so... Okay, I think that's good. Hey, Don't Lord, what's up? Okay, so we got marketplace facility, shelter, bathroom, 3 amenities. What do we put in? A hotel, petting zoo. That is essentially everything. I think we're essentially ready to go and get the stiggies in here. So the carnival food can go like right here at the end of the road, I think. Smoked turkey legs, indeed. It do be like that. Actually, let's get some decorations in first, and then put in the stiggies. So we need a like a barricade thing here. I don't know if such a thing exists. I don't know if I spelled barricade right. Props. Barrier. Okay, we got a barrier. We got utility barriers. We could do just a row of these, or we could just put in a few of these in some weird directions. We could do like something like this. Ah. Just kind of like that. I kind of like that. I think that's appropriately shit. Can we add the carno ribs you upload to the workshop? Gotta add Toro for it to make sense. Probably not the park build for it, but we can look at that real quickly. Is it called like ribs? The car is still slipping through? Absolutely. But that's funnier. Just tortoise rex skeleton. Decomposing dinosaurs. Is it this? Carno ribs? Oh, there's multiple carno ribs. And giant ribs. It has present day on it. Okay, this one. Totally does not contain Toro's kids. Also, you can find the retro version made by my friend. Okay. We'll install the blueprint. Maybe we'll use it later when the park is built up. It's very retro. 1980s isn't that long ago. Yeah, I like that. I think that's perfectly shit. Having just the 2 little barricades. I think that's good. Okay, scenery. I had a few blueprints installed that fit the vibe. We got a camper. I think I'm gonna put this just kind of like right off the road. We got this truck as well. Perfection. Do we want the little barbecue pit? The pit's almost too nice, actually. I think so. We could put this, like, over here. Getting the little box in the middle is a little hard. Yeah, the benches are kind of weird. I agree. We could delete the benches. Kind of like that, just like this little, like, kind of decorative thing when you enter the area. It's still a little too high up. Oops. Because that plant is floating. We're gonna get these cactuses out of the wall too. I think that's a fine decoration for the entrance. Just like Jurassic World 7. Yeah, we got our skeleton in Dom. It's not real, it's just plaster. So I think that's everything I had. We do have these, like, little paleobotany sets we never used before that are kind of interesting, but they're a little hard to use. Well, it could be, if it's World 7, that would be Park 11. You feel old and you're 16? Imagine how I fucking feel. I'm almost 40. God damn. Shit ain't right. What kind of thing do we need? Are there any balloons? Like inflatable, like, decorative balloons. Yeah, they got a lot of mistakes. Suspicious red balloon. What is this, like a it thing? T-Rex balloon. Bingo. Perfect. The futurist now, old man, yeah. Some, like, info board shit could work too. But it has to be crappier. Or like a billboard. Oh my god. People have done good. It's a little rough. That's pretty good. Let's get the Biosyn billboard in here somewhere. It even ties into the lore. Because, like, the guy gets on the phone. I don't want it to seem like it's too associated with the park. I just want it to be kind of, like, advertised nearby. We might not have the space to make that work. It might be a little weird if we just put it, like, over here. I think I'm going to skip the billboard. But the inflatable dinosaur, that is too perfect. It's a little oversized. Can we shrink down somebody else's decoration here? Can we just, not like that, we can't. Is there a way to shrink it? Maybe not. On the roof of the arrival point? That could work too. Could go like right here, like over the road. Or like right in here. Can't tell if his tail is clipping the fence. It is. That's kind of perfect. Right, like that. Excellent. Do we have like cutouts? Because there actually were a bunch of like dinosaur cutouts. What do we got under science? Ooh. There actually was a When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth banner in the park, in the show. Can I tilt this towards me? Or is this just like always going to be on the ground? Is there like a non-ground version of this? I could just read all the things, huh? Align to surface? What does that do? Ah, that's what I'm looking for. Align to surface. That kind of gets there. Ooh, if we can get it like out there. It's rocket science when I do it. Perfection. I know you're gonna keep having a headache too. Because I'm also gonna forget this shit next week. It's not gonna stick. So we have a statue. We have a sign. Do we have any like animal cutouts? Like wooden you know, two-dimensional cutouts. That would be something useful. I don't know what you would even call it, which is the problem. I don't know what to search. It actually hurts. Problem now is there's so much stuff, like if I can't think of what a thing is called, I don't even know where to begin to find it. Which raptors are most lethal? It's got to be the JP1 or JP2 raptors, because the three JP3 raptors can kind of be negotiated with. There are signs in the wetland pack. Yeah, there's signs. I'm just trying to think of like what you would call the thing I'm thinking about, you know? Because it's not a statue, because it's like these sculptures, but like a cutout. I suppose the signs could work. I mean, that kind of is what I'm thinking about. I guess they would be signs. This is something almost. We'll just plop one of those down there for a second. Yeah, more statues would be good. Pick a character to die in Rebirth that didn't die. Who would it be? It should be Mahershala Ali's character. Despite me really liking Mahershala Ali and him in that role, the fake out death is dog shit. I hate fake out deaths. So kill him for real. Kill him for real or don't even pretend. That's my take on it. Okay, these are sort of what I'm looking for, but not like neon signs. If these were like wooden cutouts, it would be perfect. Unfortunately, this is kind of the only one. That kind of works as like a thing. Doesn't really match this park, but like it works as a decorative thing. You don't think about it too hard. I think we might just have to use some of the statues, because there's not really going to be anything else that works. Oh man, what he stops the rotation when you do that, huh? That's annoying. Where do I want to put this? Like disappearing under the ground if I move him too far away. Yeah, make them bigger. Yes, that would be good. Is that... Where do you make them bigger? This? Yes. That's as big as he gets, huh? Disappointing. Alright, well, it's something. Not exactly what I wanted, but it's something. Okay, here's a question. No, I think if you put the unlocked statues, people can still use it, right? I think I saw people talking about this. That those aren't like blocked out. I mean, do I think they could snap a neck? I suppose, maybe. Would they know enough to do that? I don't know. Should we just toss some statues around to, like, sell the place, in a sense? It should be... That's huge. How small can I make this Brocky? Not that small. All the big YouTubers have another statues unlocked. Yeah, because none of them are actually playing the game that much. Isn't, like, Best in Slots campaign progress, like, halfway through or something at this point? With his uploads? I haven't watched any of them. I've only seen them pop up my suggestions occasionally. We need the berry statue so the park is adequately ugly. Fair. What do I think of the... what do you think, though, is the best and worst Hammond collection? I have the tier list video for that. The best is the Carno, I think. But that's also personal bias. I really do like the Carno as an animal. The worst is got to be... I mean, it's got to be like a smaller figure. Like the Ornitholestes or something. I don't remember what I have below the Ornitho on the tier list. But there were some things. The problem with the statues is they don't feel quite shitty enough, you know? I feel like they should be a little more rubbish. But then they belong. Why is the galley so fucking big? What? He's huge, like, comparatively. Yeah, I don't know how anybody could struggle with the challenge modes in this game, honestly. It's not much. There's not much to it. I'll put a berry, like, right here. I mean, galleys are big, don't get me wrong, but... it still felt a bit oversized. But the size is kind of all over the place. Park. The fuck? The fountain? How does this work? Does he spray water out of his mouth? I gotta see this in action somewhere. Where are we putting this? Maybe over here. Clone Hammond to clone the dinosaurs. There you go. God, that's part of. Is that part of the arrival point? I don't want that to be part of anything exactly. Okay. I don't want to put too many statues in here because they look a little too good, but I think these ones will be enough. We need to decorate this boulevard some more. What else would belong in something like this?
Si desean dar de comer a alguno de nuestros animales, utilicen solo la comida que les proporcionamos.
Some rocks. Maybe some of the fountains. Yeah, we could just do veg. Veg is an option. Why do we already have half a star? Don't question it. Don't question it. Because we're making money somehow. With no animals. How are we making money? We're profitable! How are we profitable? Construction equipment's an option too, yeah. Ooh, trash cans. We need some trash. Oh yeah, literal trash bags. We're gonna have this nice Brocky statue, and then right by its foot, just literally trash. Perfect. Oh, and tires. Tire mark. There were like actual tires in one of the decorative things. Bins, bins, and more bins. Yeah, I don't know what is drawing people to this park. It's actually crazy. Facility dressing is what they call tires. Yeah, I don't know if it's part of the attractions that are just bringing stuff in or something else. A fan. Could have a random dinosaur crate in the middle somewhere. That doesn't really... It feels out of place if it's just in the middle of nowhere. Chum bucket. There we go. Random bucket. The Cars and movie tire stack? I don't know what that is. Tires and the toys for the dinosaurs would be interesting. Rope? Some random rope in the tire? We could have a random truck. Kind of the same trucks we have in the parking lot, though. Bucket of fish. We got some barrels. We can put some random group of barrels here somewhere. Well, we gotta have some shitty fucking lawn chairs. Perfect. Benches, yeah, we should have benches. Brick rubble. Now we're talking. Girders. Porta potties. Where's the front of it? I guess that's supposed to be the front. Oops. Oh my god, that's all part of the dinosaur encounter? Oops. Oh, that's horrible. I didn't realize when I put the one thing in the group that all the other things I put in were going to be part of the group. That is just awful. Oh well. Well, the raptor enclosure is a holding pen. It's not the original pen for the raptors. It's just where they moved them to after they started causing trouble in their original pen. So that's why it's so small. It's like constructed as kind of an emergency measure. That's why they're moving them into the pen at the start of the movie. I guess we'll just scatter a few benches around, kind of, in some different spots. For that ramshackle park vibe. There's so much shit. A-frame signs. Recycling bins, other crates. You could spend so much time just like decorating shit pointlessly. Crab basket. Like endless amount of time just chucking random little objects in a park. A millstone, really? Oh god, that went crazy. Nope. I was trying to make it kind of look like it was like flattened down. Yeah, there's definitely a fine line between overdoing and underdoing it. We definitely need like some other stuff to go in here. Let's look at some fountains. Yeah, it's like a wall fountain. These are all way too elaborate. Okay, wait. This, like, shark decoration. I guess that's like a sculpture? Does it come under Megalodon? Or maybe it's just part of that... Oh, it's a dunk. Well, a dunk sculpture can go, like, right here in the middle. That works. Kind of for something there. Ah. Which one would spawn some cacti, maybe? none of those. Oops. How to fix this before I forget this hole is here. Yeah, we haven't started the challenge. I kind of figured it might be this way. I'm not shocked at all. I don't really want to put down a bunch of like manual cactuses. I could just do like something like that. I don't know. Yeah, no cactus brush is kind of shit. I don't know if I want a bunch of cactuses on the main walkway anyway, so... Yeah, we could do some of these like Texarkana planters. Could have a couple of palm trees. Was it not in the pasture section? Like a cactus brush? Yeah, it's starting to get a little random. I don't know. I don't know what to do to fill this gap. More trash. Maybe. I could just put in some more statues and call it good. Maybe that's just the kind of the thing. We could do... I don't know what we have. For like construction equipment, because there's some stuff. Like a big crane or something would feel too out of place, but like a bobcat or something would work, or a bulldozer. You could just slap down a mobile home here. Rusty old boat. Expand on the old stuff. Yeah. But I don't feel like, I don't know. I'm not getting much of a feeling for expanding on like what we do have. Nothing's calling to me to do more of it, you know? Oh, there's a forklift. We could chuck this in here somewhere. Although it feels like it should just be with like the cars or something. Could just be like here. Well, that's some garbage. Right behind the bench. Uncategorized. A water tower would make some sense. That is something that could fit in somewhere, but it doesn't fit in the middle. But I could put it like over by the animal holding pens or something. Or like there. Not taking care of my issue of the a mural maybe. The murals always feel weird to me, just being out and about. Oh, I know. Do we have like a prop gyrosphere at all? No. A prop gyrosphere would be really good because there is one in the Chaos Theory episode. That would have been good. Classic toilet. Doesn't really fit. We're gonna call it a night soon? Okay. Yeah, we'll probably not actually, like, record the first episode. I'll probably do another stream this weekend, maybe Sunday night. Try and get an episode out this week. Or two, maybe, because, oh, geez. Well, we could put a little fossil here that's conceptually not a real one. We are technically in sandbox mode, yes. We'll have economy turned on when we actually start. Maybe I just do some, I can't even like really get like any trees to show up. Okay, what if we just kind of grassed up the center boulevard? Maybe that. Then at least it looks like something. I don't hate that. Do I think the Indominus skeleton survived the Isla Nublar volcano eruption? I mean, it was under the water. It would depend if the lava flowed into the lagoon area, right? I might call it good here. Why don't we do... Let's take this. Let's just put this, like, over here. I think that's our starting, like, layout, essentially. Let's get our stiggies in. Get them figured out. Not allowed. We're just going to have this in here only to get the animals out. Okay. So in the Chaos Theory episode, I think there's kind of like two beigey ones and then like a red one. A red-orange one. So we could do like Death Valley, Rana male, and then like Sonoran Rana females. Or maybe Sandy. Let's do this. Let's do Great Sandy and that. And then Death Valley, Rana male. Because I think this is too red. Should be kind of a orangish red. Yeah. And then let's do... Yeah, I'm going to start with $0. That is the idea. %, randomized. Batch size is 2 to 6. We might do 2 batches anyway, just to get one of each skin color. Ooh, the wires on the ground would be a thing, yeah.
Synthesis procedure.
Oh yeah, we're at like 1% task time. Okay, so in the interest of random fairness, I think we take the first 3 that have the skins we're looking for. So Sonoran, Great Sandy, and then a male. So long live, tolerant, social, defensive, accommodating, resilient, social, accommodating, fertile. Long live, resilient, docile, defensive. Should we do specifically a compatible male, maybe? I think we should. Compatible male to go with the 2 females. Also, is this one just too good? With too many traits? Maybe we should take a shittier one. Let's do that. This is Great Sandy. Yeah, we'll do these 3.
Incubation complete.
Asset requiring collection. Moving up asset.
Oh, I kind of like the insane lighting on the exit point here. Even though it's asymmetrical. They didn't bother aligning shit correctly. At all. Holy. But I like the idea of just blasting light down as the animals are released. Yeah, the shit one makes breeding more interesting, I think. Having just really good animals is a little less interesting.
We are pleased to welcome a Stiggy Moloch to the park.
What we know about breeding, too, because we sent them with a spread of random genes, it should make the babies have, like, a ton of weird random stuff for their genes. And we'll finalize the paddock after we get these guys out. We'll get the gate in here, too, after we finalize the paddock. Somewhere here in the back. We'll probably have to adjust the water. But also there's water under this rock, which is weird and bad.
Stiggy Moloch is a gentle giant most of the time. Until they're spooked, at least. In the wild, that sort of defensive reaction keeps them and their herd safe. So try not to hold it against them, if it's our fences that are on the receiving end of a charging Stiggy.
Okay, they will need a little bit of stuff.
Many natural systems fall into some sort of hierarchy, and dinosaur behavior is no different. The alpha should be easy enough to identify from observation alone.
Asset has been collected.
Might do like a little more narrowing of the waterway here, maybe. Oh, I wasn't even processing what he was saying. Won't breed even if they are happy with this pen. Yeah, we'll have to see the breeding conditions, but you can always breeding program. Like, breeding programs will be allowed in this park build. 100%. Yeah, they don't really have names necessarily in the Chaos Theory, so... don't really have an idea for, like, something to name them.
Welcome. If you will be feeding one of our animals today, please only use the food provided.
Okay, so this pen is going to be close to what they need.
Delivery has been completed.
Oh shit, we do need a control center. True. We should probably put in a control center, huh? Okay, I mean all three of them are they are currently all thriving. Hidden from guests. Okay. Right by the road. Putting it in the corner is going to be a little awkward in terms of getting them to be there. Maybe. Alright. Well, that's kind of that. Okay, so the control center situation. What do we want to do about that? I feel like tucking it behind things would be good. Give them shitty names for the shitty park. I don't think I'm going to name them because I want to upload it with the Stiggies in it as part of the challenge. So I think I'll leave them unnamed and people can name them if anybody does play this. HQ Tower? Holy shit. Lockwood Manor? Bro, what? Install that shit. We aren't using it here, but that's crazy. Oh, dude, that is actually also incredible. Plane inbound. Yeah, the airport might have been another way we could have done the entrance, but It's definitely a drive-in park, like in the Hawkins lab. What was this one? That looks like some Terminator ass shit. Under construction control center, this could work. Maybe. They don't want to load. We'll have to go by names. The camp, novel visitor center. These functional worker village. That's a lot. The White House. Racy is censored. You got 5 minutes before you pass out. That's pass out when you gotta pass out, my dude. We're probably gonna end it in not much longer, but definitely need to get this operations building in here. The Soviet Control Center. It's not the Soviet Park. It's not time yet. Ah, Smiling Friends HQ, of course. Modern Ranch Control Center? That could be good. It's like the back, like in the back. So we either have this nice little ranch building that we hide in the back somewhere, or we do the... See, this vibe-wise doesn't fit. I think the ranch building's better. Now, if I put it back here, maybe I can run the path through the road. And that won't look too bad. Yeah, and then people are just like walking down the road for some dumb reason. Yeah, the censorship is insane on the workshop. It's crazy. I think I like this because it kind of feels like it's, you know, tucked off in the back, not part of the rest of the park proper. It's like where you know, Bobby Nublar lives or whatever. I think I'm okay with that. It needs its own power, of course, which is not ideal, but we can put in another rock. Wait, can I just duplicate our existing rock? I can do that, right? Yeah, cool. Hidden rock generators. I just want the actual generator part facing the park area. Okay. Between, to connect the dots between Byrne and the White House. Oh, you got censored in YouTube chat, you're saying. Jeez, okay. That seems excessive. But I get what you're putting down. All right. Any other operations buildings we should have for the start? I guess we could put in not a maintenance post, but a security post. I deliberately don't want the paleomedical or maintenance facilities. I want these to be things you actually need to build into. It's part of the design. Same with the science center. You have to earn the money to invest in those. We'll give them a ranger post. Have they actually gotten near the nest? No. I feel like I need to adjust that. Maybe we just move this forward. I just want to see a little bit, like, the chance, you know? %, 3%. Male modifier breeding program fertility trait success rate. %, currently, 8% currently. Okay, well, we also need to, like, upload this without them having bred, or else it's weird as well. This is weird. Okay. That might be kind of good enough to start with for the starting scenario. I think so. I don't think there's anything else we want to put in here necessarily. How's the park doing? We're at capacity, but we are profitable. Okay, so let's do this. Sandbox settings. Let's get these set up correctly. All right, yeah, we're about done, Biocraft. I'll catch you later. I think we're just gonna get the sandbox settings set up, make sure everything's working correctly, get the park uploaded to the workshop, and then we'll start the park build, the scenario proper, the playthrough on Sunday. Fossils. How does this interact with the marketplace? Do we want this on or off? I guess we put it on. Yeah, we'll do no cash. That should be everything we need to set up. What was this part called? What was this guy's place called in the show? I wrote it down. It's called King Dino's Prehistoric Playland, which is just a mouthful. Sunday at what time? Good question. 8 to 9 Central? It really depends when my other stuff gets done and when I get food in me. That's kind of the thing. Like my other stuff today went a little bit later, and then I had to eat afterwards, which is why stream was late today, and like it's hard to predict an exact start time. If I streamed on a different day, it would I could have a more rigorous start time. But We'll shoot for like 8 Central Time, Central US time, and we'll see if we can make it or not, I guess. Okay, I just want to check that we're making money properly. Oh yeah, no, we're rolling in it. We got all the cash coming that we could ever want. Okay, and marketplace check. Okay. I mean, this doesn't seem insane. Guanlong seems a little crazy, maybe, but it is unreliable. Here's what I think we'll do. I don't think we'll upload this to the workshop yet. I think we test it. And then at the end of next stream, we load back the original finished, or the original starting spot, and then upload it if we're happy with it. Like, if it doesn't run into some weird, annoying hiccups. Because I don't think I want to just upload it without actually playing it. We could buy mystery ones only. I don't hate the idea. Or unreliable ones, at least, is probably what you mean. Is there ever, like, an actual mystery box? It's just the unreliables, right? You just don't know if that's what you're actually getting. It would be fun if there were just, like, random ones. That would be cool, though. Yeah. A kazoo theme would actually be a really funny way to start the episode. I might edit that in. Scroll down. Oh, shit. Thank you for calling out that I could scroll. I didn't even notice the tiny little bar. Okay, that's very interesting. It tells you how many you get. It's really expensive. I don't... Okay, conceptually, we're like a zoo breeding animals to trade for other people's animals. I don't know... I like the loot box angle of this. That might be a different park build. I could see a park build we do where we only buy the unknowns, build a park out of whatever random crap it gives us. But for this one, I think we want to specifically engage fully with the marketplace and, like, let ourselves pick from all the different choices. Yeah, what is this? We could check. We could buy this just to see what it is. Let's make another backup save. Why did it do King Dino and number 39:S? Prehistoric Playland. The fuck? Weird. Huh. That's like a character glitch. And however, like, the save file titles are generated. Fascinating. Okay. Let's do infinite money and buy that just to see what it is, and then we'll end stream. Sinoceratopses. Oh, I guess because of, like, the babies?
A comfortable dinosaur is one that's significantly easier to manage. Keeping them content should be a priority.
Yeah, because these are 272 apiece for the babies. So that's why the total is so high. Yeah, big chungus indeed. Can they break out? Because this is like a decorative fence, right? If they can't break through the decorative fence, that actually is kind of convenient as a holding pen, because it actually strategically means we can buy random, like, unreliable boxes and start them here. Then if we get something we're not expecting, it doesn't mess up a different enclosure. This actually might keep them contained completely. That's really funny.
Staying prepared and vigilant means getting tasks done as efficiently as possible. I trust that's how you'll handle this objective.
Well, I think then we do deliver every animal to these holding pens. This is perfect.
Some stress in a natural system is actually a good thing, but
Yeah.
too much can be a killer. Unfortunately, we have a juvenile that's in desperate need of attention right now.
We're on still the same settings we used for last park, so 17. I don't think I'm going to change this. If anything, I might make it like 15 or something, but I think we'll just go with what we have here. These are still the modded numbers altogether. I was going to increase income tax, but I haven't done that, so we might not bother with income tax increases. We'll see how it plays out. Okay, well, I mean, it's very funny that that functions as a pen and they can't do anything about it, but it is incredibly cruel. Which is appropriate for this park. Oh, do the Stiggies actually use the thing? Because I didn't, this was another question I was going to check and I didn't think about it. I think they, do they? Okay, they do. Cool. If this actually didn't work, it would have been shit too. Why not 20? I mean, it could be 20. There's no reason not to make it higher, but I think, here's the thing, right? I think we don't need to change this number. If we want to play with 20 animals, we just play with 20 animals. I think changing this to 20 is pointless, because this number is like the easiest one to make. This number really doesn't matter. I also don't like that this number requires you to have 17. Like, with the variety penalty, you can play with less and just deal with the penalty. But this, you have to do. You can't ignore it ever. So it's not consequential unless you wanted to use a small number. So, but anyway, let's end the stream here. So we'll do Sunday. 8 to 9 Central, somewhere in there will be the start time. We'll try to record at least one, if not 2 episodes. We might be able to get 2 out. We'll see. But we're going to end the stream here. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you in the future.